Am I frozen? No. It just got really quiet or something in here. Hi, everybody. We're going to let everybody come in here as we gather up the masses. Let's see here. Okay. So, welcome everybody. We are here live. I'm actually live in Ohio, of all places. I get asked that question a lot. Where are you now? Since I travel a lot, I am in a campground in Ohio, and let's just all pray that my internet holds stable for the day. We all hope for that, right? And we are we're setting this up so we're live streaming on YouTube at the same time, and we're letting some people come in who have been filtering in throughout the day. We had quite a few people sign up. Who knows how many will actually come? And so while I'm doing that, what I'd love for everybody to do is, if you don't already, have a piece of paper and a pen that you can use. And I want you to think about, for today's meditation, a change you would like to see in the world. We have a lot of things that are happening right now in the world around us, between fires and hurricanes and earthquakes and riots, and you name it, it's happening. And if you feel passionate about something that you would like to contribute some energy towards healing, this meditation will help you to do that. I also want you to check in with your emotional body and anything that you may need to let go of. And these are all pieces that we're going to bring into the meditation. And you can also do it organically as we do the meditation, or you can pre think about this a little bit. So, I am Dakota, and for those of you who don't know me and maybe new to my work, I teach shamanic work and I own Gaia Wisdom School. And on my screen anyway, to my left and right, I have Leanne, who is my administration assistant. And then I have Betty, who is also here to help me. She is our resident witch at Gaia Wisdom School. And so the three of us are kind of holding the helm today. And I just want to say that I am so grateful for the two of them to be helping me. This is not a one person job for sure. So, and I appreciate all of you who are here. I see a lot of the students from the mentorship who are here, and I appreciate you. I have been missing you guys during our break. We've had about a 4 week break now, and it's been really kind of lonely without everybody, seeing everybody's beautiful face every week. So I'm going to do the meditation here, and it's called what did I call it? Oh my gosh, I gave it a name. Um, the rhythm moving forward, I think, is what I called it. And my idea with this meditation is to really kind of bring in that energy of the West direction, which is what we are heading into on the 22nd of this month. So, for those of you who don't know, I teach according to the medicine wheel. And the medicine wheel is this beautiful, beautiful container that we can use as a soul tool to be able to navigate our life, to live more fully, and to live more authentically. And so, with that in mind, I create most of my meditations and teachings from that mindset, from the medicine wheel. And that is the mentorship that I teach also. After the meditation today, I'll stay on and we're going to do some Q&A about the mentorship. For any of you who have any questions about it or have been wanting to join it, we can talk about that. I'll talk a little bit about the West direction energy and what that looks like, and how we go into that, and what we're going to be working with as we go into these next 3 months. So, with that, and we are also streaming on YouTube. So, a big shout out to my YouTube crowd. I love you guys. You guys are what have really kind of carried me forward to this moment today. I think I'm up to almost 3 million views on YouTube, and uh, it might even be more than that at this point. I don't know. Last time I looked, it was about 3 million. So I really appreciate all of you. And I know I've got a lot of Insight Timer people on here, and a big shout out to Insight Timer. They are a beautiful app that has really kind of catapulted a lot of people forward in their meditation practices. So good to see everybody here and your smiling faces. And if you have not already started to write down your things that you want to work with in the meditation, I'm going to say, let it be organic, because we're going to start. So, with that, are you ready? We start by bringing your attention to your breath. Breathing in slowly, deeply. Allowing yourself to settle into this space, this meditation, here and now. And imagine a sifter, and all that falls through are presence and breath and soulfulness and a wanting. Leaving in the sifter all those things that prevent you from being fully present. The to-dos, the fears, the should-haves, even the uneasiness that life can sometimes bring. Let them all remain in the sifter while you do this meditation. Let yourself softly fall into this presence. Feeling your breath match your heartbeat. Fall gently into this liminal space, fully, fully. We start with our harvest, the bounty of your life. Witness the beauty that surrounds you, envelops you. Which dream or idea have you had that you are now realizing in your present day life? Bring that to your heart. And as you do, say out loud, I am grateful. I am grateful. What relationships sustain you? give you connection, depth, and relationships that feel sacred and honoring. And drop those down into your heart space, and with a resounding, I am grateful. I am grateful. And acknowledge the strengths that lie in the belly of you. How have they carried you, protected you? And dropping these into your heart with a heartfelt, I am grateful. I am grateful. And feel your body, this God-given vessel that you've been loaned to use in this lifetime. How has it carried you forward with ease, nourished you? And bringing that into your heart space, I am grateful. And witness the connection that you have to your source. And how has it given you insight, inspiration, love, your foundation? I am grateful. For all of these, dropping into your heart and feeling that presence of gratitude, I am so grateful. And start to feel a ball of beautiful, luminescent energy forming in the belly of your soul and being nurtured by the vibration of this gratitude. And as you see, this energy grows brighter and larger, until you are encased in this beautiful energy moving throughout and around your body, your soul, your heart, your mind, your essence. Feeling that energy swirl, the colors, the luminescence. Filling yourself with this vibration, the strength. Dancing, moving, creative. We walk now to the fires of transformation. It is here that we let go, transform, and make room for the sacred to enter those cracks that formed from our fears, our grief, our anger, our unknowing, and even our unwillingness. And imagine this fire in front of you, swirls of red and orange and yellow, the lower chakras mingling and merging together. Grounding us, rooting you into Mother Earth so that you have the safety in letting go. The fire of passion and sensuality to move the energy through you. The power of your soul to let go and transform all that no longer serves you. And imagine the flames as they lick the air, come to life, and become the vessel to carry away all that you are letting go of today. And bring to your heart the suffering of the earth that you feel called to heal. Acknowledge the suffering. See it for what it is. Releasing it into the fire. Letting go of its power and dominance. Easing the suffering. And bring to your heart the emotional suffering that you need to release. The pain, the hurt, the grief, the loneliness, the anguish. All those things that your soul feels and yet yearns to let go. And when you're ready, release this into the fire, letting go of its power over you, letting go letting go, and transforming. And next, bring into your heart space the fears you have used to hold yourself back from realizing your dreams, the things that have kept you from living an inspired life. And release these, too, into the fire of transformation. Watching the flames burn them up. The smoke transports them to Father Sky. Your feet grounded, your heart open. Peeling back those layers. Feeling the suffering coming to an end. And gather up your breath wide and deep from the bottom of your belly. And bring your breath from the base of your spine to the top of your crown chakra. And if you feel called to, do the fire breath. In through the nose and out through the mouth quickly. Using this breath to release all these things fully and completely into this fire of transformation. Open space within the seeds of your heart, begin to call in the vision that you have for the world, your world, your soul, your body, your mind. Envision the planet healthy and safe and thriving. Envision your emotional well-being as healthy, flowing, connected, like like water flowing gently down the river, moving, unobstructed, clear and inviting. And envision yourself living the best version of you, fully and uninhibited. Who are you when you are whole? Who are you when you are living your soul's purpose? Who are you when you are living you? And find a rhythm that feels like the rhythm you most need at this time. Maybe it's the rhythm of love, or the rhythm of empowerment, or clarity. Maybe it's just the rhythm of your soul. And how does that rhythm inspire you to move, to act, to live? Feel it welling up inside of you, ready to move and to become. If you feel led, allow yourself to move your body, your breath, your mind. And breathe your found rhythm into the fire, allowing it to fuel your visions now, bringing them steadfast forward, making room in your life for this beautiful transformation to happen. And come back into your heart space again, this time expanded and grateful. Embracing the rhythms that move you forward, tucking them safely into your heart. And breathing into that space all that is good. Breathing into that space gratitude and forgiveness where needed. hands to your heart chakra and feel the beat of your heart. You, my friend, are alive. Feel that fully. I am alive. And hold that vision for yourself, carrying it forward into your external world, into your everyday life. All that is good. All that is good. And bring yourself now back into this time and space with deep, deep gratitude. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. Welcome home. Welcome home. Thank you, everybody. Whew. Normally I don't listen to my own meditations. And truth, what, Carol?
That was the most powerful, beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I create, I don't normally cry in front of all these people either in a live forum. Well, I do if it's just my students, but I create from experience. And I create from my heart. And today I have to be honest that I woke up this morning and I had actually put off doing this meditation until today, and I felt like I was actually going to just wing it here at 3 o'clock, which I can do. I always wing meditations. That's actually one of my strengths. And at 1 o'clock, I decided that I would actually record something because I felt it in my heart. I woke up this morning and I was feeling the pain of my own heart and the pain of this world and the suffering that we're all going through at various levels. No matter where you are or what you're going through, there's always something, it feels. And as we go through the medicine wheel, I rely so heavily on that energy that shows me. And it's in those moments that I find that there's strength somewhere. There's power, there's strength, there's clarity, and there's presence. And we have to call that in. And I'm sorry for being emotional. Really is silly. But actually, it's not silly. I'm fully feeling my self direction right now, which is all about relationship and self love and intuition and vibrancy and creativity and all those things that we want in our life. And I feel stuck in the West where that energy is all about the world we live in, the body we embody. And as we move into the West on the 22nd of this month, it's there where I feel like I can find that grounding. Because truth be told, my life in the last few weeks is turned upside down, which it does. As we go through the shamanic path and we walk that path, you can't ever expect to be in this place of bliss all the time. We go through the wheel and we get to this plateau and we get our life balanced and everything feels good. And then the universe comes and shakes it all up so that we can keep evolving and keep going to that next place, better, cleaner, with more clarity, with more power, with more heart. And thank God I have a heart. Thank God I can cry. Thank God I can feel. I'm not numbing out. I'm not doing all the things where we take energy from a direction and shut it down. Instead, it's about feeling it all the time and always navigating that course and that place and bringing it not only to our personal lives, but to our relationships and to the world around us. We talk about this on the mentorship all the time. It's about just really sitting in the center of that wheel and recognizing and witnessing that power of that energy flowing in and out all the time around you and in you and through you. And those are the places of power. The places of power does not reside being able to be stealth and powerful and prominent and showing that tough exterior. I haven't always been vulnerable in my life, and certainly not in a group of a bunch of people I don't know. But I think one thing that we've all learned in this last year, in 2020, has taught us is that there's a tribe in this world, and we're a lot more alike than we are different. Despite what the news tells you, we're a lot more alike than we are different. So I finished this meditation literally 10 minutes before you guys all came on. And so I didn't get to listen to it. I listen through and make sure everything is okay. Breath work was a little high. I need to lower that. But I want change in this world. I think all of us do. I want change in my life. And I know that going forward, we all have an opportunity to make choices in our life, to choose the very best choice for us on that moment, in that moment. And we make choices in our jobs. We make choices every day in our relationships, in self-love and self-care. We make choices in what we eat, how we navigate this world, how we walk through this world step by step. And we have a choice of what spiritual practice we can do that sustains us. And so I invite all of you to carry this energy of this meditation in and feel what that means to you. What changes do you want to see in the world? What changes do you need to make in your life? What clarity do you need? There's truth in all of those answers. There's truth in what came up for you in your meditation today, the things that you need to let go of so that you can make room for those things that are new and for those things that will be more sustaining. The universe clears out the energy that will drag you down. And when I say universe, you can call it God, you can call it source, you can call it Awen, you can call it whatever you want. But it is that energy that permeates all of this. And it's beautiful. And thank you for allowing me to just be raw and emotional and be right there with you guys. I always get notes that, Dakota, I love your authenticity. Dakota, I love that you're real. I have to say, it's a little embarrassing to be blabbering and bawling in front of everybody. But those who know me, they know that it's me. I appreciate that. This meditation will be available for replay if you guys want to do it again. It will also be for sale in the Soul Shop later next week. Um, and I would love to talk a little bit about the West energy, the West direction that we're about to walk into and do. And a lot of this meditation was a part of that. You know, in the West, we work with the energy of gratitude and forgiveness and our shadow self and those things that we need to let go. We look at the harvest of our life. If you look in the external world of you right now, that is everything that you have manifested as a result of the seeds that you planted and what you nurtured in your life. And if there's any part of your life that you are not 100% happy with, then that's a seed that needs to get uprooted and replanted to find that clarity of where am I? This is our direction to really clarify if we are on the right track. Are we creating the life that is most in alignment with our soul? In the West, we also work with our ancestors and we bring in that energy that is so deep and profound that we always seem to forget that we have a tether along that family line, the ancestral line, and that we have the capacity to actually heal that in places that need to be healed. And in that healing, we change course of not only our life, but in the lives of those who also fall into that tradition, that lineage. In the West, I feel that it is one of the most powerful. There's four directions that we go through. There's seven that support the medicine wheel, but the four that we go through, I feel like the West is the sustainable one that really brings together everything so that our external world matches the work that we do in the other three directions. It's also the witchy direction, which Betty loves. She's our resident witch. And that witchiness, it's not about being, the scary witch from Oz. It's about embodying that earth energy in our soul and being able to use the plants and the trees and the energy and the moon and the stars and the sun and all of those elements that are so beautiful. And we learn to work with them so that we can use them to the best of our ability to be our allies, the plant allies, the stone allies, the tree allies. And that is such a rich part of being human, is to be able to have access to such a vast resource of energy and tools and knowing and wisdom. So I'd like to open it up for questions about the mentorship or the West direction, or even just in general for the medicine wheel. I know that the medicine wheel is a new concept for many people. And I can tell you from my years of teaching it that I've been teaching now for, I don't know, God, what year is this? 2020? 32 years I've been teaching spiritual studies. And out of everything that I've ever taught or done or studied, the medicine wheel is, and by large, the most powerful container and tool that I've ever worked with. And that's why I use it as the base of everything I teach now. Um, and it takes a little bit to get to know the medicine wheel. It's like a new friend that you have to get to know in every direction. Actually, it's a family. You got a family of four very powerful allies, and then you've got three incredible supportive parents, if you will, Father Sky, Mother Earth, and then your inner being, that center of the wheel. And the kids are the east, north, south, and west. And we use those energies of the east, north, south, and west to really balance out all those areas of our life so that we are living the most authentic and real and passionate life that is in most alignment to our soul calling. I guess I should open up chat to make sure that there aren't any questions that are here. So, any questions that you guys might have? Otherwise, I'm going to ramble and probably cry, but ramble mostly. And Betty and Leanne is keeping tabs on comments and questions that come in from YouTube. Betty is keeping tabs on questions that come in from Zoom here. And I'm just now opening up chat and I'm seeing some of the things that you guys are writing. And thank you for those words. That's beautiful. Thank you. You know, it's nice to be held in a community. And whether that community is your family or your friends or your close knit community, or it's a community like this that's like minded people who are all compiling to share an experience of meditation. And then there's also what I find the community within the mentorship that is just so powerful. And that's one of the other aspects of that we'll talk about here in a little bit. But are there any questions that you guys see that we need to answer? I need to take a drink of my shake. No? All right. Well, I'm starting to feel myself come back a little bit here. Of course, as soon as I say that, Catherine, thank you. You're saving me.
Much for your meditation today, and
You're welcome.
following some of your offerings on Insight Timer for a lot of this year, actually, and I found them just profoundly helpful. So thank you. I wonder if you could speak a little bit about
You're welcome.
how we could tap into the West direction in ways to sort of specifically either guide like self energy or good energy to put in the world as we sort of begin this countdown to the U.S. upcoming presidential election.
Yeah. Oh, Lord help us all. So if I'm understanding your question right, it's how do we bring that energy of the West and work with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the West direction is the physical body. So you got East is mental, South is emotional, West is physical, and the North is your spiritual body. So the physical body is what we really focus on. And physical body is not just your physical body, it's the physicality around you also. So your space, your sacred space, your connection to the Mother Earth, and really about how you work in this world around us, the environment. And this is actually one of the directions we work. East-west is a masculine vein. And so in both of those directions, they're more external in the world around us. And in the West specifically, it is really about tapping into what does the environment need. In the East, it would be more about what systems of change need to be addressed, and that's where we have our dreams, visions, etc. So in the West, and I particularly think right now where we are in humanity, the West becomes very, very pivotal because global warming And, just this week alone, I just learned that we are about to go out of the alphabet for the names of hurricanes, and they're starting to go into the Roman numerals for hurricanes. There are 7 hurricanes brewing right now in the ocean. All of the West Coast is on fire. And there's all of these things that are happening simultaneously around the world that happen to the earth. Whenever we can do meditation, especially collective meditation like this, and we can harness that energy and focus it and funnel it towards the environment, then we're doing work in the West direction. We did that recently for Australia when they were on fire. We did a meditation to work with that energy. And so the way I like to work with the West is a lot through ritual and ceremony. And we do that in the mentorship. In fact, this next round, we're going to do things a little bit differently, where each week we will perform a group ritual during the calls. And ritual is a great way to really get reconnected and tied back into that divinity within us, but then bringing it outward into the world around us, so that amplification happens, where that vibration becomes more palpable. The other thing about the West direction, and I think we sometimes forget this because we like to work outside of ourselves, but a lot of the work that we do to change the world happens inside of us, not outside of us. And so it's eating well, it's taking care of your body, it's listening to what you need, it's getting out into nature and reconnecting to those aspects of nature that we get disconnected from because we're always on a cell phone or always on a computer or we're always in a car driving somewhere. And so it's really embodying Mother Earth and tapping back into her. And when you do that, and I would challenge everybody on here to do this, go out into nature somewhere, put your hands on Mother Earth and feel her vibration and really tune in at that heart chakra. And my challenge is, because she's in pain, I feel, not because she can't take this. She will survive long after all of us. We will be extinguished before she ever is. But I think that when you tap into Mother Earth and you feel that energy and that vibration, you're going to feel that there is this grief that she has for what we're doing to her out of an unconscious place. And when you tap back into Mother Earth, you raise that consciousness again and re-enlight it so that you can move forward in this world with a different viewpoint. And that energy emanates out of you. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think it might. So working in those realms and getting back to the basics, I think, is really powerful when you are working with this energy. And back to the basics is, going back to whole foods, going back to cooking your food on a stove instead of a microwave. It's drinking clean, fresh water and really being grateful. Gratitude is one of the highest. Uh, it actually is the second highest vibration that you can embody. The next one is Christ consciousness, and just below that is gratitude. And you cannot be in gratitude and in pain at the same time. You cannot be in ego and gratitude at the same time. And so one of the things that I love to do is to go on a walking meditation, a gratitude meditation. And it's not about how far can I walk, it's how deeply can I walk. Can I stop and sit with this tree and be in gratitude for this tree? Can I be in gratitude for this moment, for this warmth of the sun? And when you start really seeing the gratitude in everything around you, that changes everything, changes absolutely everything. I have to keep trying going back to that space this past week, is that place of gratitude. And that is I think, one of the biggest elements of the West direction that we can really work with is that energy. And aside from all of that, and it's really being able to see yourself in the light and the shadow, and not trying to fix the shadow, but trying to understand it and befriend it, because we are comprised of both light and dark, and that's how we work. We work on those polarities. We have to have that polarity. You can't have compassion without chaos, or I should say clarity without chaos. You can't have compassion without disconnection. You have to be able to understand all of those different elements that play within us. A lot of people like to see their shadow and kind of shove it down and not deal with it, or try to fix it or cut it out of themselves. And in the shamanic world, in the shamanic path, we take that shadow and we walk with it, and we understand it, and we embrace it. So I don't know if that answers your question, but hopefully it gives you a couple of things that you can chunk off and work with. But
Yes, thank you. Thank you
gratitude.
so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's I love the West though. It's just such a, I keep saying that, but it is true. Actually, you're going to hear me say that on every single direction. I love all the directions, but I have to say this year specifically, I am most looking forward to the West. And really, for me, at this place in my life, I'm in that complete upside down moment, and I'm writing myself back up. And in the West, it's also about sacred space. And for those of you who have known me or have followed me for the last couple of years, I've been traveling. All of 2018, I was traveling, and then I landed in Ohio to be temporarily. And I was actually plotting to move out of Ohio in October. And those kind of fell through, those plans fell through. And so now this is how the universe works. I landed a house in Columbus that I'm renting, and it probably could not have been a better place to land than this spot for my soul at this time. It's got everything that I possibly want. And that's the thing about when you're walking the medicine wheel and walking the shamanic path, as long as you are open to the um, the consciousness that comes with that, you have to trust, I trust anyway, that one, my path will always be revealed to me, but that things will come as I am in need of them. And that is so true at this time also. And so as I go into the West, I'm rooting down and grounding and building my sacred space again, and sacred space both inside of myself and outside of myself, and bringing myself home again. And that has so many layers of meaning to me. And that's the beauty of the West direction also. Thanks for that question. Um, let's see. Leanne says from YouTube. Uh, Fab Margot Rose says, I am moving next week. Please help. Any advice? Uh, you know, and it's kind of, that ties in a little bit to what I just said about the sacred space. And I'm moving next week also. And one of the first things that I'm going to do, and on 22nd, I'm actually going to my new home, and I'm going to have a ceremony to invite in all of my spirit guides and all of that protection and all of that love and all the intentions that I want for that new space. And I'm going to do a ritual and a ceremony in the backyard to kind of christen the area. And then I'm going to consciously create my new home. And the way I do that is first I cleanse the home and purify it and sanctify it. And I do that through plant allies and through smudging cedar, sage, lavender, a little bit of sweetgrass. And I'll probably place a stone in every room and think about what intention that I want to have in that room, and blow that intention into the stone. And I'm going to place it in a very special area that will just kind of anchor that energy into the room. And I'm also going to, this is my gift to myself, is I'm buying myself all new furniture. And not because I want new furniture. And when I say new, I'm going to be buying some used stuff, but it's going to be new to me. But I do that because I feel like I am rebirthing myself right now. And this is a way to rebirth myself. So what I would say to you, Fab Margot, is to, when you think about going into a new space, is creating that intention ahead of time of what this space is going to help you do and accomplish, and what you want to get from this space. And then clear it, and then bring in anything that you can that's going to help you to birth this next phase of your life. I hope that helps. Any other questions that I'm missing from anyone? Leanne, Betty? I'm seeing this note from Sonia from earlier. Man, this path is hectic right now. I've been crying for hours before this meditation. I think I find anyway is that when there's an intention already set in place, like this meditation has been set in place for a while, people start feeling that energy way ahead of time, and start kind of feeling into that space. It wouldn't surprise me if there are several of you who are feeling emotional today, specifically since 1 o'clock my time, because that's when I started creating the meditation and putting that energy out there. So the enrollment for the mentorship, we call it Soul Warrior Training, and that opened up Tuesday, and it will be open. The enrollment's open until next Tuesday, and then we close it down because we start our classes next week on Thursday. And so, if there's ever a time that you have thought about coming into the mentorship or want to make some radical changes in your life, this would be a great opportunity, a great time to hop on the wheel. I get this question all the time. You can start the medicine wheel at any direction. And I find that you will start exactly where you need to start. It'll just be made available to you. You'll find a way, or you'll be drawn to it, a direction that will be your starting point. Does anybody who's on the mentorship want to have anything you'd like to share about it? I see some of you here. I always put people on the spot like that.
You do. You're very good at it.
I am very good at that. Yeah, I've learned how to delegate well in my life. Carol, do you want to say anything? You've been on the mentorship probably, you and Betty probably longest.
I could, but I don't know how to put it because it's completely turned my life around in a good way.
Yeah.
I have learned so much, and I don't always learn things in the right direction, but recently, the past year or so, I might all of a sudden have something makes sense to me, and it's
Mm,
awesome. It's it. Sorry, it's just completely changed things. And if I don't know if you could see them, if I could send them to you for your new house, I would, because it's full of all the herbs out of my
I love it.
garden. And
Oh, nice. That's some good West energy there.
there's a Californian poppy,
And that's
sage
that's the
black.
harvest, right?
Oops.
Yeah, nice.
But I'm sorry.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
Don't be sorry ever. That's
I just I'm just getting a little bit tongue tied, so I'm sorry about that. But if you've ever thought of doing anything like this, do it now, because it is honestly the best thing in the world. And
Thank you.
thank you.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Hmm. Kayla?
Yes, this has been, I started in the north, and I agree with Dakota is that you will start where you're meant to be. And I was kind of
Yeah.
hedging, but this has been such a soul-filled deep dive into finding who I am, what I'm supposed to do, my sacred space, my sacred self, and the tribe that
Yeah.
goes along with you on this journey.
Hmm.
It can't be replaced. I mean, it just, everybody's in the same journey with you, and the emotions and the safe place to share. Dakota, you emoting today we've all been there and supported you, and I'm glad that we could all be there to
Yeah.
support. I mean, you supporting us and us supporting you. So for anyone who's considering it, jump on board and enjoy the ride. It's been a joy-filled time, and I'm completely grateful. So,
Yeah. Thank you for that. You're
yep.
making me cry again.
Oh God. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's so true though. I think here's my honest belief. I think most people stay on the wheel and go round and round and round because of the community more than anything else that we have formed there. It's such a strong community, and you're right. It's that mutual support that we have for one another and that love. And when we were doing the meditation, I was when we got to that point about the relationships in your life that sustain you, and all the people that popped into my head are people who are in the mentorship. And it's just amazing to me that those relationships can be so deep, and many of you have never met in person. Carol, Kayla, Jen, I've never met you in person, but I have this connection to you that is deeper than I have with a lot of people I've met in my life. And that means something. Yeah. Thank you for that. Jen, and then Betty.
So I have to agree with Kayla. It's the group, the tribe is a place where I look forward to going to see my friends and I feel like family members every week.
Yeah.
And I've shared things with the tribe that maybe I haven't shared with other people in my life. And when I
Yeah.
put myself out there, it's hard putting yourself out there, but when you do, the tribe comes in, they support you in ways that you didn't even realize they would. Just little notes or little messages to say that they've gone through what you've gone through and that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Um, it's one of it is probably Dakota, other than having you and all the information and all the support and guidance that you've given us. I'm one of the big reasons why I feel a calling to keep coming back.
Yeah.
Um, I love the way I feel after I leave, and I love reading all of the work that you ask us to read and doing the meditations that you prepare for us. They
Yeah.
all blend so well together, and just every piece of the Gaia Wisdom School is just something that is a beautiful thing for anyone who's thinking about doing it.
Oh,
So,
thank you. Thank you for that. It is the there's such a beauty in that blend of doing that solo work. And just for structure to show to for those who don't know the mentorship, every week you get a downloadable packet, an audio file, and a meditation. And usually by the end, especially in the West direction, the West is a little bit more, well, actually, I don't know if that's true or not. I was going to say you get more information. You get a grimoire. There's like a lot. You get a lot of download stuff. Like your packet will be about this thick once you get all through all 9 weeks. And there's a lot of information in there for you to go through and apply however you need it in your life. And then we have our weekly calls, and Jen's kind of alluding to that, where every single week on a different topic. This West round, I'm going to change up our live calls just a little bit, where we're going to start out with a ritual and then followed by a workshop, because I want to start bringing more ritual into everybody's life, ritual or ceremony. And that becomes a really tangible piece that you can carry forward and start cultivating in your life also, are those rituals. And then we have the community hub where everybody can go, and you've got forums and conversations happening. You can email each other privately. It's just like Facebook, but it's prettier and not as political. We don't do politics in our mentorship. And it's just a great, safe place to just really lean in and grow. And I think it's just perfect. I think. I might be biased. I don't know. Kirsten's asking what time are the calls, and is it every Thursday or does it change? So we do 3 calls a week to accommodate all the different time zones. We do have a global community with about 19 or 20 countries represented now. And we do Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Friday morning at 9 a.m. And all 3 calls are recorded. So if you don't make the live call, you can always watch the recording. And we have some people who watch all 3 recordings. We have some people who will attend the calls and watch the recordings. It's just people can't get enough, I don't think, because each group is a little bit different. So it's kind of it has a different flavor. But yeah, it's we make it available to you as easily as we possibly can. So hopefully that'll help. Kirsten, you should come join us. Um, any other questions that you guys have, or anything else that I can? Betty, you had your hand up too. I want you to speak, especially since you got some witchy stuff. And this is the new moon. And if you'll say something about the new moon, that'd be great.
Oh, thanks, Dakota. Yes, this is the new moon in Virgo. So that would be the other reason that you're feeling a little bit emotional. But because the way this new moon
Yeah.
is aligned, it also will give you boost your practicality and logic. So this is the perfect time to work in your emotional body, which would be the south, but pull in some of that east energy with the practicality and logic. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I work with my emotional body, I just feel swamped by emotion.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get logical about it. But this new moon
Mhm.
allows us to do that. So now is the perfect time to get logical about what you need to change for your emotional well-being.
Yeah.
And the
Thank
herb,
you.
you're welcome. And the herbs that I would use today are rosemary and lavender. So
Hmm.
the power herbs for today. Um,
Nice.
what I wanted to say about the mentorship is it had occurred to me with everything that the world has been through with COVID and everything else, the only thing that I could rely on during the whole COVID crisis when I lost my job and everything else that was going on was this tribe. And
Yeah.
because of the mentorship, this is my 4th year, but because of the mentorship, I had the tools to deal with my life being turned upside down, completely upside down. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
either would have gained 20 pounds and been an alcoholic, or, I mean, there's just so many, I would have numbed out. I wouldn't have gone through it and
Yeah.
ridden the roller coaster that was and is still everything that's going on in the world. But I gained those tools by being here on the mentorship. And thank you, Dakota, for that.
You're so welcome. Thanks for bringing that point up. That's a good one. And it is. It's the and kind of what you're mentioning, the numbing out, and take a bottle of wine to bed, or addictions, or social media addiction, all that kind of stuff. Those are when we have an out of balance medicine wheel. When you have an emotional event and that's your go-to to numb out, that's where you're pushing energy from the south. You're taking it from the south, so you're making it deficient there, and you're pushing it into the west to make it excess there. And that's how your wheel gets out of balance so quickly and so easily. But when you understand how the medicine wheel works, when you're having an emotional moment, like I was earlier, is instead of stuffing it down and trying to hide it or mask it or numb it out, is to stay in the south and let yourself feel it and be in it. And then what happens out of that is a true healing. Otherwise, you end up going through all of this stuff at different levels in a very uh, almost a dangerous way if you don't deal with it in a healthy way. It always comes back to bite you. Jen's also mentioning, and I forgot to say this too, if you join as a wisdom keeper, you get a lot more. You get every month you get a wisdom keeper workshop, and when we do the workshops for wisdom keepers, we're bringing in all of the information from all of the directions and learning how to work with that in our everyday life, and how do you navigate life, paying bills and going grocery shopping and all those things from the perspective of the medicine wheel. You also get 4 bonus courses, one for each direction. You get the Gaia Meditation Club. So you get, in addition to the meditations that are included in the coursework, you also get another meditation every single week for a year. And you go through all 4 directions. So if you join this direction as a wisdom keeper, you would go through every single direction up to next year at fall. Any other questions that I'm missing? Catherine is saying, thank you so much for today. I look forward to joining you again soon in love and gratitude. Thank you so much, Catherine, for that. And thanks for being here. I think, let's see. Am I missing anything, anyone? Anybody else have anything you'd like to say? I am just so grateful for all of you for being here today. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to be around for the rest of today and also all weekend. So as long as from now until the cart closes or the enrollment closes at midnight on, wait, is it midnight? Did we change it? Midnight Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time is, so that gives you about 5 days to enroll. I also want to say that we have, well, let me finish one sentence at a time. Jeez. I will be here. So if you have any questions, you can email us at teamgaia@dakotaearthcloud.com, and we are happy to answer any question that you have. The other thing that I want to say, because we are really in a weird time in our world right now with COVID, and I don't know how it is in the rest of the world. I know we've got a global family here right now, but in the United States, we are at the highest level of unemployment that we've ever seen. And so I want to acknowledge that. And we already have in place payment plans for the mentorship. If you see that there's not a payment plan that works for you, please email us, because we are loosening the reins a little bit to help out in any way that we can. Because I feel, me personally, I feel that the medicine wheel and this work is so vitally important to get out there right now, especially with this transition that's happening in the world right as we're watching it all go unfold. So I want to make it accessible to whoever needs to be there. Having said that, I do not give it away for free, and the reason for that is because when you invest in yourself, then you follow through. And there's a really important key to that, is really leaning into that self-worth, that you are worth the time and effort and energy and money and everything that goes into uh, what it means to build your soul and to find that path. And I know from my own experiences that when I set the intention out there to live the best version of myself, just like this house that I found, it all will come in some way for you. So you just have to trust and believe that. One of the other things that we work with in the West is manifestation. And I'm a firm believer in quantum imprinting of your field. So if you want it, then just know that you're going to be here and it'll happen in some way. We'll also be doing a master class in the West on manifestation. And the Wisdom Keepers get that class automatically. And the people who join for as a single session will get a discount on it. And then it'll be open up to the public at a later time. All right. Is there anything else that, wait, did I miss something? Is Kirsten? Oh, Kirsten's going to sign up right now. Yes. I think Dana said that she's going to sign up as well. So that is awesome. We've got some new folks joining we've already had a good handful of people joining this past week too. So we'll do a big warm welcome to everybody. All right, any other questions? Otherwise, I don't want to leave anyone hanging. You do have our email address if you want to send us a note. And again, you guys, I just really appreciate you being here for the meditation and for allowing me to be vulnerable. To be vulnerable in a group of known strangers and not so strangers. So thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you. Bye, everyone. See you guys on the mentorship.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll have the link to you can enroll on our site, dakotaearthcloud.com. There's a link on the very home page that you can follow and use that to sign in or sign up. All right. Good night, everybody. Wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye. See, this is where we need to play our music. All right. Good night.